Hello, hello. Hi, Sarah. I'm so happy to have you here. And we're just going to have a little conversation about what brought you to coaching, what you've gotten from it, and any advice that you would like to give people. So let's start off with an introduction. Tell us about you.
Okay, well, I'm Sarah. I recently just moved up to the San Francisco Bay Area from SoCal. I got a new job and I'm just so excited about it. I'm a single working professional female and I'm just like having a great time.
Yes, I love it. This is like so much has changed. It's a brand new chapter, not just at work, but in your whole life.
Yes, very much.
Yes. So take us to the beginning when we first started working together. What brought you to career coaching? What made you decide to say yes?
Okay, so rewind like 4 months, 5 months ago.
So not
Um,
too long ago.
It was not that long ago when I found Kristen. Um, so I felt extremely lost, like super lost. I was soul searching for like a good solid 2 years, trying to figure out what my next move is, where I want to go next, what I want to do. And I just felt I was so lost. So like I was just searching and searching and searching for like answers and like ways to like figure this out and get this feeling. I basically, at the end of the day, I wanted more for myself. I felt very stuck in my life and in my job. I was with my company for 11 years and I just didn't have any elsewhere to go and I was not challenged anymore. So I really wanted more at the end of the day. And for the longest time, I struggled with that because I'm like, does that mean because I want more for myself? Does that mean that I'm like unsatisfied and I'm ungrateful? And I had to work through those feelings a lot on my own. And like, it's okay to want more for yourself. Eventually, I worked through all of those and like realized like it's totally okay to want more for yourself and appreciate what you had, but be able to like want more. And so you're able to give more, you
Yeah.
know? So I did a lot of searching, like networking, finding network groups and stuff like that. And I came across this women's professional networking group online. I was originally based in Orange County, California, and I found this networking group called Elevate. And they have
Amazing group,
like,
by the way.
huh?
Amazing group, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And I found Kristen on there. She taught basically she was the first one that I forget what they're called, but
Jam.
they're like, yeah,
They're
jam
webinars, but they're
sessions.
called jam sessions.
Yeah, they're called jam sessions. She was the first jam session that I listened to, and it was all about basically finding your dream career that works around your life. And that is what I wanted. And
Mhm.
so I was like, and she wrote this book called Job Joy, and I'm all about the joy.
I didn't tell her to say that. Can we just like clear? But yes, you're all about joy. Your Instagram handle is what is it?
Year of Joy.
Year of Joy. So like we were meant
Yes.
to be connected.
Yes, we were meant to be. And so that really drew me in. I was like, this is a call from the Lord. Like, all right, Sarah, this is where you're supposed to be. And this is who you're supposed to be working with, because I scheduled my my first session with her, and it was a free phone call for like an hour. And like I'm talking, whatever.
I'm family.
Um,
That's
yes,
okay.
like you really like dug in and like asked very specific questions and really listened to what I really wanted. And that spoke volumes to me, to be honest. Um, so I decided that's how I found you, I guess, right? That was your question, right?
Yes, like what brought you to coaching, which
Okay.
you meandered over here in a beautiful way. I love it. Wonderful. And what would you say? I mean, like, share where you are now. You said you've moved, but share like what's happened over the past few months.
Okay. So during the last like 3, 4, 5 months, I mean, I've moved away. I got a brand new job, a job that I really wanted with the pay to go with it. And I was beyond like blown away. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm doing this. And like, I'm doing this because obviously you helped me get like put all the steps together and like not pushed me, but guided me and like said like, no, it's okay if you want this. That's totally fine. Like gave me that confidence to make that next step. And so I'm living in San Francisco. I'm a buyer for a retail company and I'm getting a
Very well-known brand.
very
Everyone
well,
know it.
yes, very well-known brand. And I am beyond excited, beyond grateful. And I'm just so happy that all of this has happened. And I'm happy that I took that leap of faith and really invested in myself because, you know, you never stop learning and you should never stop learning, to be honest.
Mhm.
We're always, you know, students and we're always, you know, when I feel like if you stop learning, you stop growing as a person. And
Yeah.
so you always want to continue to learn and grow and challenge yourself. And if that means like investing in yourself in more ways than one, totally do it because it is something that is priceless.
Yeah, you have done so much. I'm so proud of you. And I feel like you're being really humble. I mean,
Yeah.
you completely, to land the new job, to negotiate, right?
Yes.
I mean, to
Yes. I
stand for
negotiated.
your worth, um, to ask the hard questions, right? I mean, like you got out of your comfort zone. So I just want to honor you for all your hard work and your bravery and your courage. And even just, you moved away from your family. And yes, they're what, 3, 4, 5 hour drive away?
6 hours.
6 hour drive away. So, but the fact is, like, even that by itself, even if you had the same job, that's a big deal. And so I'm just so excited for you
Yeah.
and so proud of you. And a couple things that you mentioned it a couple times, right? You can be grateful. You can, be grateful and honor your past and just, love that. And at the same time, want more for yourself. And that's okay. Like both can exist at the same time. Uh,
Right.
and you're a perfect example of that. So beautiful. Any big takeaways or ahas or anything, through our coaching that was a surprise or that you especially loved? This is like my free for all question.
Okay. There was, you know, obviously there was a lot. Like I loved the fact that you would remember the little details about it's the small things. And I'm a very detailed person, but when we would Zoom, like you would remember small little details and that blew me away. I'm like, oh, she does remember. I'm
I
like,
was
this is awesome. Yes. But you truly listened, you know, like you really did. And that a lot of people have a hard time listening to what people really need or actually really saying and what they need for themselves. I loved the whole Voxer being in, I could call you anytime I want or Voxer you anytime I want, and you would always respond and give me and work through sessions with me. And that was, I was so grateful. I would say my biggest takeaway, and this might be small to some people, but to me, this was really big, was when I was negotiating salary with recruiters. When they would ask me what pay I wanted, I would push the question back to them and say, what's the pay range? Because
yeah.
I didn't know that like it could be a $25,000-$50,000 difference, you know, depending on what it is. And that was the biggest thing. Like, and I tell friends that now. I'm like, you want to ask them the pay range because then you'll get a gauge on what they could really do.
Yeah, what you're making now is irrelevant. It's about what is the job you're going for, what are the responsibilities, what is the value, right?
Yes. Yeah. And then asking those, you know, those hard questions that, you know, a lot of people feel uncomfortable with. Like I felt super uncomfortable about it because granted, one, I haven't interviewed in over 11 years. You know, I was like a baby all over again. Um, but I got really confident and comfortable with it and asking those hard questions because at the end of the day, you know, you may be super uncomfortable with those questions, but those recruiters get questions like that all the time. So it's normal conversation.
Yeah. And you're
So,
interviewing them. It's not just them
right.
interviewing you.
Yes. Like, yes. So that was one of the biggest takeaways. And then just like the small little things, like, you know, making sure, bringing myself back to me and I do it in my evening practice because I'm not a morning person, but just that daily reminder that you would be like, okay, are you taking care of yourself? Because in order for you to pour into others and do other stuff, you got to be able to take care of yourself. And so just that reminder. And
You're always worried about other people.
right. Yes. And like, you would always hit the nail on the head. You're like, I bet you anything you haven't done this. And I was like, yep, you're right.
Speaking of which, no, that's so important, right? And to connect with that inner wisdom, right? This is your next step, but I know there's even a lot more, right? You love this motivational personal development field, and watch out, guys. You don't know. Sarah's going to be on stage.
Yeah, I am. Yep.
Yes, I love it.
Yeah, I got some big goals and some big dreams. So, yeah.
World.
Yeah.
And then last question, if someone is thinking about career coaching, what advice would you give them?
Just go for it. You will not regret it. Just go for it. Make it work some way, somehow. It's going to be the best thing that you've ever done for yourself, to be honest.
Yeah.
You just got to do it.
Got to do it. I love it. Thank you so much, Sarah. And it was so nice having you on, and I will talk to you soon. Okay.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.